guys, so if you clicked on this, you already know what we're going to be talking about here, and you may be questioning, but Jen, I thought you did a video a while back about how you said Amy Schumer isn't funny. Why would you even bother watching it if you don't think she's funny? Well, I don't know. I guess I don't like to hate anything. Like, I want to see the good in things and people, even if I don't like them. I don't know. I like to find exceptions to the rule. And on this one, I think I finally did. I finally found the exception to the rule where I found Amy Schumer to be funny. I mean, not, like, over the top hysterically, so not to the point where I'd ever put her in, like, a top 10 of favorite comedians or anything, but funny enough to hang with it and not hate it. And compared to how I felt about every other thing I've ever watched that had her in it, that's good enough. I can hang with that. So, the stand-up special in question is on Netflix, and it's called Growing, and basically the whole gist of this one is she did a whole stand-up routine about being pregnant, which I did not even realize she was, and apparently at this point she's already had her kid, so I mean, guess I was under a rock on that one, but, like, a while ago, but whatever. I don't know. We went over this whole thing where I'm kind of floundering right now trying to find things to watch on Netflix since, like, all of my shows virtually have ended at this point, so I'm like, so what do I watch now? And I'm just, like, watching random crap. And a few nights ago, for whatever reason, I don't know, I saw the thumbnail for that one pop up, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll watch it. I figured since it was like a one-off thing, it wasn't like a show where I'm invested or anything, just a one-off since I'm tired. I don't feel like binging anything right now, but just a individual thing, not as long as a movie, but just a one-off. I'll watch it. My issues with Amy Schumer before generally were that I found her joke telling to be lazy and that she would always default back to vagina jokes or feminism, one of those two, and I was just like, oh my god, I mean, a little bit of that on either side of that line, fine, whatever, but I mean, when it's like 90% of your stuff is like, oh my god, we get it, you sound like a middle schooler who just learned how to tell a raunchy joke. Can we move on now to anything else? And that's literally usually what her stuff is, and that's usually why I take issue with her. Now, I don't know if maybe pregnancy's just been really good to her, or if it forced her to mature some, or what the deal is, but this wasn't that! And of all the times when I would full-on expect it to be that, it wasn't that, which was a shock. I mean, there was still a little bit of that. I mean, to be 100% honest, there's still a little bit of that, but you know what? It's just a little bit. You know what? Go nuts. Don't care. I tell dirty jokes, but I mean, it's not all the jokes that I tell. But I mean, I'm also not a professional, so there's that too. But even just as somebody watching a professional, I don't know, it bugs me when, like, it's a one-trick pony and they only have one type of joke, no matter what the type of joke is, and I don't know, that was my beef. But this was the exception to the rule, because she finally didn't do that. I was like, alright, I can hang with this. This isn't terrible. I mean, granted, a lot of it is kind of like first-hand stuff that probably is a lot funnier if you've lived it, so some of it may have gone over my head, but I mean, even just through second-hand knowledge of the topic, I'm like, you know what, no, actually, for once, she actually made me laugh. Like, out loud. So I was like, alright, you know what, if this is like the new direction she's heading, I would watch more of that, actually, surprisingly. Can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, given what I said about her in the past, but I mean, like I said, like to give people second chances, third chances, fourth chances, however many it takes. I don't know, I don't like to give up on people, even when those people are just, like, famous people that I obviously don't know. I'm just a viewer, but I don't know, I'm the weirdo who doesn't like to write people off. It's very rare that I find one where I'm just like, nope. I mean, those of you who've been on this channel for a while know there's about 3 or 4 that I can name off the top of my head right now that I do that with. They're about the only ones. So, there's that. But even of those, I'm like, I don't know, maybe someday I'll feel otherwise, but for right now, they stay on that short list. But everyone else, even if I dislike one, I generally try and try and try to see if there's anything that's an exception I can like them in. So I mean, it's how I am. But but yeah, no, this actually, she was way more down to earth and way more real about stuff, I found. And I dug that. And not only that, but I mean also about her married life, about her husband. She mentioned that he's on the autism spectrum, which, I mean, already props right there that, you know what, that didn't scare you off. You married him anyway. And she does not view it as a bad thing. She views it as an asset. She views it as a good thing. That, I think, right there, as of that moment, was like the turning point for me where I was like, all right, you have my attention now, 100%. That actually speaks volumes about her as a person. And I say that as somebody who is also on the autism spectrum. So I was just like, that, you know what? That meant a lot, hearing her say that and be genuine about it. And I, like, looked this up after, seeing whether or not it was just something she used as, like, a form of a punchline, even though she didn't do it in a mean way at all. No, like, he actually is, and she actually does genuinely feel that way. And even with haters, like, going after her, commenting about how would she cope if it turned out that her son is also autistic, and she said that, well, I don't even view it as a bad thing that my husband is, so why would I view it as a bad thing if my child is? And it's like, you know what, that is refreshing to see somebody reframe something that most people view so negatively into a positive. That, I mean, maybe I'm just being biased here, but that probably had a lot to do with my son just 180 shift the other way around, like, okay, I take back what I said before. I mean, of the other former previous stand-up acts, probably still feel the same about those, but I mean, as of this moment here on, you know, that does shift how I feel, not gonna lie. But I mean, she went into things like that, she went into lots of the pregnancy stuff I already mentioned. That was pretty much the bulk of what this stand-up act was, but I was like, but again, that's refreshing. I mean, there's not that many people who make an entire stand-up act out of that, especially while they still currently are. I mean, I do see the thumbnail for at least one other comedian on Netflix who does the same. The, oh, what is it? I think her name's Ali Wong. Like, Ali Wong Hidden Cobra, or Baby Cobra. Ali Wong Baby Cobra, that's the name of it. And I think there's like a sequel now. I haven't actually seen it. I may watch it at some point. I don't know when, but eventually probably. But other than those two, I'm like, I don't feel like I've really seen this be a thing in stand-up comedy. So that, alright, that is a fresh take, and I appreciate that. Just because it's different and it's authentic, it's real, I like that. I'd actually like to see more from her, not specifically on that topic even necessarily, but just in this more real route where she doesn't have to just default to one type of joke, doesn't have to default to just crass all the time on all the things. I don't know, it's weird because so many of the comedians I like because they are crass, but on this one I'm like, no, actually, I like it better when she's not that way. It feels so backwards of what I generally tend to like, but it is what it is. So, I don't know, I think I would actually recommend this one. Probably still not around young children, but other than that, wait till they go to bed. But no, I didn't hate it. I honestly expected I was gonna watch it, hate it, and rail on it, but no, I didn't. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm glad that I found the exception finally. Because again, I don't like to hate anybody. I really don't. So that was just really nice. I'm trying to think, was there anything else about it that stood out worth mentioning? Oh yeah, there was one moment in it where she got so real that she's talking about how weird her belly button's gotten from being pregnant to the point where she had to tape it down with not one but two like oversized bandages, and she just whips up her dress and just shows it off. Nothing on underneath but her underwear. It's like, whoa, whoa, was not expecting this to take quite that turn, and damn, I mean that's ballsy. I don't think there's probably anyone else who would do that, but at the same time, she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I'm not offended by that, but it was just like, whoa, all right, I will give credit where credit's due. That is ballsy as hell. And yeah, I mean, you made your point about just how real she's being. So, there's also that stood out in my brain, and even just like trying to find the thumbnail for this video, screen caps of that one image popped up over and over and over, and I was debating, should I use that as the thumbnail, but I was like, I will probably get demonetized if I do, so I probably shouldn't use that one, even though it's tempting, but anyway, I don't know. It's not a really long special, particularly. I think it's only about, if I remember right, maybe about like an hour-ish long, which was why I leaned towards that out of the things I was eeny, meeny, miny, mowing before going to bed. So I was like, I probably got about an hour before I crashed. So something about an hour long. What in here fits that? Because I don't want something that's too short, because I mean, you go for like half an hour, odds are it's an episode of something, and I know how I am. That would just lead to binge watching stuff and staying up way later than I meant to. If I watch something later, I'm gonna or something longer, I'll just fall asleep in the middle of it and then be frustrated trying to figure out where exactly did I nod off, because I know me, and trying to find that spot, I'll have been fading in and out for a bit before totally crashing, so I'll be like, I think it was here. No, wait, no. Here, no. Here, no. So that was what I settled on, and apparently it was a really good bet. And I don't know if maybe I just feel more favorable because I was watching it while tired. I don't know if I'm just being nicer lately. I don't know if it's just genuinely she took a slightly new direction and I just like it more. I don't know, but in general I feel favorable towards this one. I don't know that I would really give it a star rating. I can try to. It's weird trying to rate a stand-up act, honestly, because usually there's more things I take into account into figuring up what I would rate a thing, and I'm like, oh, how does that translate for this? Because a lot of those bullet points aren't a thing here, but, I would say maybe like 4 out of 5? I mean, like I said, I actually did enjoy this, and I would recommend it. So, I mean, you all were probably expecting way lower, like a 2 or 3. No, I will full on give it a 4. Again, I wouldn't say it's the fall over hilarious, funniest damn thing I've ever seen in my life or anything like that, so I'm not gonna give it the 5, but it was funny, it did make me laugh, and I really don't have anything bad to say about it, so it can have a 4. I think a 4 is reasonable. So, anyways, can we tell I'm tired right now? So, I mean, it's just like, I'm kind of all over the place trying to gather and sort my thoughts. I should have outlined this before starting, but I didn't, and now I'm like, oh shit, I should have done that, but I didn't. Oh well. Anyways, I'm just gonna wrap this up because, again, I'm like half falling asleep on the camera, and my thoughts are just everywhere. So, you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. So, anyway, guys, till next time, bye-bye.